Good afternoon, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your second video blog of the day for Tuesday afternoon around 3:16 p.m. It's been a kind of a cloudy day out today. Some sprinkles of rain, but nothing too significant and much. Feels like it's going to snow, but it's about 40 degrees, so it's warm enough for whatever falls in the sky to be of the liquid form, which was raindrops. Some news to report. The New York Yankees have announced that Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod, will be the new team's full-time designated hitter. A-Rod's not going to be playing third base anymore because they signed Chase Headley to a contract, and he's going to be the third baseman, Chase Headley. So A-Rod's going to be the DH permanently. He's 39 years old. He's coming back from a year-long suspension. Plus, A-Rod's been breaking down. Don't expect too much from A-Rod this year. And also, a new place is going into the Bellerica Mall right next to Burlington Coat Factory and the karate place. It's a tanning place called Electronic Tans. Only 744 square feet, so be enough room for that. And this is good. There's very few spaces left in the Bellerica Mall. There's only about 6 spaces left, and I hope in 2015 they get all filled up. And I would not be surprised if there's a sit-down food restaurant in between the Planet Fitness and Big Lots. I don't know which one, but I'm hoping it's Hooters of Bellerica. You never know. And that's about it on that. And my next subject, Facebook friends and YouTube followers, is about a classic television show. This classic television show is Columbo. Columbo was one of the most famous cop series of all time. It was a whodunit TV mystery that was a big hit for many years on NBC, and eventually they had so many TV movies after the original series ended, which lasted from 1988 through 2003. Columbo starred Peter Falk as Lieutenant Frank Columbo, who was of the LA Police Department. Lieutenant Frank Columbo was a different type of police TV cop in the 70s. Most of them were macho, very hard-hitting, and loud, and kind of mean and stuff if there was serious cases. But Frank Columbo was a kind of a mild-mannered cop, very polite, very friendly, very courteous, and very apologetic. And he always would solve crimes by the whodunit thing and getting pieces of evidence throughout the episodes of Columbo. The show was created by Richard Livingston and William Link, and was produced in association with Universal Television Productions. And there was 2 pilots of Columbo. First in February 20th, 1968, and the other one was March 1st, 1971. Both starred Peter Falk as Columbo, and they were big hits for NBC ratings winners' rights. So in 1971-72, Columbo became part of the NBC Sunday Night Mystery Movie with McMillan and Wife and McClown, another one. And for many years, Columbo was the highest rated of those mystery movies. And the series format of Columbo is like this. The first 2 segments of Columbo, it's when the crime unfolds and the murderer, the killer does not, with the murder is not predetermined, but once it happens, then the killer usually hides the evidence, so it implicates he or she didn't do the crime and stuff. And then the police get involved, usually Columbo, and then the victim, not the victim, the murderer or the killer, meets Columbo and stuff, and just says he or she misleads Columbo on stuff and says it might be the killer might be another person or stuff like that. And this is real good. The killer's trying to con Columbo and stuff like that. And many of these episodes of Columbo were character driven by the killer and stuff, which made for very good episodic television. Columbo sometimes does not buy the person who was sympathetic and stuff. Columbo thinks that he thinks that that man or woman could be killing the killer and stuff, and he gathers clues and stuff and evidence and other stuff that, to something, but Columbo knows the truth that the person who was trying to be friendly to him is really the killer. And towards the end of the episode, Columbo has all the evidence he needs to catch the person who did it. And always at the end of the show, Columbo would always say, just one more thing. And then he has his man or woman that he knows that person committed the murder of the person they murdered. And this made for awesome episodic television. And the killer confesses he does it, or is shocked that Columbo solved the crime and put it on him or her. Amazing. And just one more thing quote was one of the most famous TV quotes of all time. Everybody loves to know that. And when you say just one more thing, it's Columbo's theme, like line and stuff. The Columbo series was very highly rated on NBC's mystery movie. 7 seasons, the original Columbo. But by 1978, the mystery movie franchise was basically done with because it was fading because of the rise in sitcoms again. And, the mystery movie was outdated. So Columbo was canceled in 1978, which was disappointing because this series, Columbo, could have lasted several more years. I'm surprised NBC didn't turn Columbo into a weekly series, because it had the ratings when it was part of the NBC mystery movie. I think I heard for a couple of years the mystery movie on Sundays with Columbo and McCloud and McMillan Real Life were in the top 15. I think mainly because of the Columbo series. It would be the week's episode of Columbo was in the top 10. I'm very surprised NBC didn't even consider pulling the trigger and making Columbo a weekly regular series. But, I think NBC knew if that happened, then the mystery movie franchise probably would have been over with. But those things happen. And reruns of Columbo was seen on local syndicated shows throughout the country. In Boston, it was shown on Fox 25, and it was highly rated. And by the 1980s, people wanted to see a revival of Columbo. In 1988, ABC asked Peter Falk to do specials of Columbo TV movies, and those TV movies were highly popular in 1988 and 1989. Then ABC decided to reactivate the mystery movie, but they put it on Saturday night, which was the lowest rated week of television. That's not good, putting something that was a successful thing on Saturday night. Columbo was part of the ABC Saturday Night Mystery Movie with a revived Kojak, B.L. Stryker, starring Burt Reynolds and Christine Coswell, moved like a mystery writer played by Jacqueline Smith, and the Saturday mystery movie tanked in the ratings, except Columbo, which had decent ratings, and that only lasted 1 year, and then ABC decided to pull the plug on the mystery movie and ended Columbo. But Columbo came back for more TV movies in the 90s and through the 2000s. The last Columbo movie happened on January 30th, 2003. Peter Falk played Columbo one last time. And that was it for the Columbo series, because Peter Falk grew old and eventually he suffered from Alzheimer's disease and passed away in 2011. And there's never been talk about a rebooted Columbo series, which is good because I don't think any actor should play Columbo in any reboot of a feature film or a TV series. And actually, Columbo was actually kind of spun off from in 1979-80 season for a regular series called Mrs. Columbo, which Kate Milgrain played Mrs. Kathy Columbo, but this series was criticized and panned out because there was no mention of Frank Columbo in the series, and supposedly Kate Columbo was married to Frank Columbo, but it wasn't acknowledged in that series, and that series died only after 13 weeks because of poor ratings and poor criticism because of not being married to Frank Columbo or something like that. But, you know, reruns of Columbo are now on MeTV Sunday nights at 8 p.m. And beginning January 1st, Columbo's going to be on at 12:30 to 2:30 as part of the mystery movie reruns for MeTV. And that's about it on that. And I'll be back later, Facebook friends and YouTube followers, with the final video blog of the night, which will be about Pro Football Hall of Famer Walter Payton. See you later, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. Bye now.